The phone rang at 2 a.m., shattering the silence of my cramped apartment in Chicago. It was my twin sister, Autumn, her voice a frantic whisper laced with desperation. "Aurora, I need you to be me, just for a week," she said, and before I could protest, she confessed she'd embezzled funds from her law firm to pay off our family's debts, and now she had to disappear or face arrest. I stared at my reflection in the mirror, identical to hers down to the freckle on our left cheek, and wondered how my life as a struggling artist had led to this moment of deception. Morning came too soon, and I stepped into Autumn's sleek office at Hargrove & Associates, my heart pounding like a drum in a thriller movie. The nameplate on the desk read Autumn Sinclair, Senior Associate, and I slid into her chair, praying no one would notice the subtle differences, the way I held my pen or the hesitation in my smile. Elena Vargas, the firm's sharp-witted paralegal with dark curls and piercing green eyes, breezed in with a stack of files. "Autumn, you look like you saw a ghost. Rough night?" she asked, her tone casual but her gaze lingering a second too long, sending an unexpected flutter through my chest. I dove into the role, reviewing case files on corporate mergers, my mind racing to recall the legal jargon Autumn had drilled into me during our hurried call. But inside, turmoil brewed. Why am I doing this? I thought, my inner voice a storm of doubt. Autumn's always been the responsible one, the golden child who went to Yale Law while I painted canvases in obscurity. Now she's the criminal and I'm the liar? The guilt gnawed at me, especially when Elena sat across from me, explaining a deposition strategy with such passion that her words ignited something unfamiliar. A spark of attraction I couldn't name yet. As the day wore on, the firm's partners grilled me on a high-stakes case involving a tech startup accused of patent infringement. I parroted Autumn's notes, my palms sweating, but Elena jumped in seamlessly, covering my slips with her quick intellect. "You've got this, Autumn," she whispered during a break, her hand brushing mine. And that touch lingered in my mind like a forbidden secret. Back home that evening, in Autumn's upscale condo, I paced the floor replaying the day. This is wrong, I berated myself. I'm betraying everyone, including her. But what choice do I have? Our parents would crumble if they knew about the embezzlement, their perfect daughter tarnished. The next morning brought more tension. Elena invited me, Autumn, to lunch, citing a need to discuss case details. At the bustling cafe near the firm, she leaned in, her eyes searching mine. "Something's off with you lately. Talk to me." I deflected with a laugh, but inside, panic surged. She sees through me. Does she suspect? Yet, as we talked, her stories of growing up in a conservative Latino family, hiding her sexuality to avoid rejection, mirrored my own buried feelings. I'd always pushed aside attractions to women, labeling them as phases, but Elena's presence stirred them awake. By midweek, the deception weighed heavier. I fielded calls from our parents, mimicking Autumn's upbeat tone while they praised her latest successes. "We're so proud, dear," Mom said, oblivious to the fraud. The irony burned. Autumn had stolen to save Dad's failing business after his heart attack, a desperate act born from love. But now I was the one paying the price, my art supplies gathering dust as I lived her life. And Elena, she was becoming a complication. During a late-night prep session, her laughter filled the room, and I found myself drawn to her strength, her unapologetic self. What am I feeling? I questioned in the quiet hours. This can't be real. It's Autumn's world, not mine. Yet, the pull was undeniable. A mix of admiration and desire that clashed with the lie I embodied. The firm's annual gala approached, a glittering event where partners mingled with clients, and Elena asked if I'd be her +1. As friends, she clarified, but her eyes said more. I agreed, my heart a battlefield of excitement and dread. The gala night arrived, and I slipped into Autumn's elegant black dress, feeling like an imposter in every sense. Elena arrived in a stunning red gown, her confidence radiating. As we navigated the crowd, whispers followed, rumors of the firm's financial discrepancies, hints that someone was investigating. My stomach twisted. If they find out, it's over for both of us. Elena pulled me aside, her voice low. Autumn, I've always admired you, but lately, it's different. Her confession hung in the air, and in that moment I almost broke, almost told her the truth. But I didn't. Instead, I smiled, deflecting again while inside conflict raged. She's falling for Autumn, not me. This is betrayal on every level. The night ended with a dance, her hand in mine, and as the music swelled, so did my inner turmoil. How long could I sustain this charade? And what would happen when the real feelings collided with the fake identity? The investigation rumors turned into reality the next day. Mr. Hargrove, the firm's founding partner, called an emergency meeting, his face etched with suspicion. "We've detected irregularities in our accounts," he announced, his eyes scanning the room like a hawk. I sat there as Autumn, my pulse thundering, knowing this was the beginning of the end. Elena squeezed my knee under the table, a gesture of support that only amplified my guilt. After the meeting, I retreated to the office, my mind a whirlwind. "Autumn, what have you done?" I thought, anger bubbling up for the first time. "You dragged me into this mess, and now I'm the one facing the fire." I texted her burner phone demanding updates, but she replied vaguely, "Just hold on a little longer." Easy for her to say. Hidden away in some motel while I navigated the minefield. Elena cornered me in the hallway, her concern evident. "Talk to me, Autumn. You're not yourself." I wanted to confess everything, the switch, the embezzlement, the growing feelings I had for her. But the words stuck in my throat. Instead, I brushed it off as stress, and she nodded, though doubt flickered in her eyes. That afternoon we worked on the patent case, her proximity intoxicating. Why her? Why now? My inner voice demanded answers. In my real life, I'd never crossed paths with someone like Elena. Ambitious, out proud. But here, pretending to be Autumn, I'm seeing possibilities I never allowed myself. Family pressure mounted that evening. Dad called, his voice frail from recovery. "Autumn, honey, we're counting on you. The business is turning around thanks to that loan you arranged." The loan was the stolen money, funneled through anonymous channels. Shame washed over me. I was complicit now, lying to protect Autumn's secret. Is this love or enabling? I pondered, staring at the city lights. Our family has always prized appearances. Mom's church group, Dad's community standing. If they knew about my feelings for women or Autumn's crime, it would shatter everything. The next day brought a confrontation. Elena and I were reviewing depositions when she paused, setting down her pen. "Autumn, I need to be honest. I've had feelings for you for months. But if you're not interested, tell me now." Her vulnerability hit like a punch. In that instant, the lines blurred. Aurora's emotions bleeding into Autumn's facade. I leaned in, our lips almost touching, but pulled back at the last second. I can't," I whispered, the words tasting like ash. "Why not?" My mind screamed. "Because it's a lie. She's confessing to Autumn, the successful lawyer, not Aurora, the failure." The rejection hurt us both, her face falling as she excused herself. Alone, I grappled with the moral quagmire. Was pursuing this ethical? Autumn had mentioned Elena in passing as a great colleague, but never hinted at romance. Was I stealing her life in more ways than one? The firm's probe intensified. An auditor arrived, poring over records, and I spent hours fabricating explanations, my anxiety peaking. Elena distanced herself, her interactions professional and cold, which stung more than I anticipated. I've hurt her without even trying, I reflected. This deception is poisoning everything. That night, I met Autumn in a shadowy park on the outskirts of the city. She looked haggard, her identical features marred by stress. "I can fix this," she promised. "Just give me time." But time was running out. Back at the firm, a colleague whispered about suspicions falling on Autumn. Panic set in. If I'm caught, it'll destroy us both. Yet amid the chaos, my thoughts drifted to Elena. Her strength inspired me, challenging my own closeted existence. Growing up, Autumn and I had shared everything, including the pressure to conform. Our parents' subtle homophobia, comments about proper families, had kept me silent. Now this charade forced me to confront it. A breakthrough came during a client meeting. Elena presented flawlessly, saving the day when I faltered. Afterward, in the elevator, she turned to me. "Whatever's going on, I'm here." Her words cracked my resolve. That evening, I invited her over to Autumn's place, intending to come clean. As we sipped wine, the tension built. "Elena, there's something you need to know," I started, but the doorbell rang, our mother unannounced. Mom bustled in, hugging me tightly. "Autumn, darling. I came to surprise you." Elena introduced herself politely, but Mom's eyes narrowed at our closeness. "A friend?" she asked, her tone laced with judgment. The evening devolved into awkward small talk, Mom's stories of church events underscoring the divide. After she left, Elena sighed. Your family's traditional. I nodded, the weight of unspoken truths heavier than ever. Lying awake that night, I wrestled with decisions. Reveal everything and risk prison for Autumn, rejection for me? Or continue the lie and lose Elena? The choices were agonizing, each carrying a steep price. The auditor's report landed like a bombshell the following morning. Hargrove summoned me to his office, his expression grave. Autumn, there are discrepancies tied to your accounts. Explain. I stammered through excuses, citing clerical errors, but his skepticism was palpable. As I left, Elena waited outside, her face a mask of worry. What happened? She demanded. I brushed past, unable to face her, my inner conflict reaching a fever pitch. This is unraveling, I thought, fleeing to the restroom to splash water on my face. Autumn's mistake is mine now, and it's costing me my sanity. The mirror reflected a woman torn, eyes haunted by secrets. That afternoon I called Autumn, hysteria creeping in. It's falling apart. Come back and fix this. She hesitated. I can't yet. The money's almost repaid anonymously. Her evasion fueled my rage. She's abandoning me to clean up her mess. Societal pressures amplified the drama. At a firm networking event that evening, colleagues chatted about recent Supreme Court rulings on LGBTQ rights, their progressive views clashing with my internalized fears. Elena joined the discussion, advocating passionately for equality, her words a beacon. I stayed silent, haunted by memories of our parents' disdain for those lifestyles. If they knew about my feelings, would they disown me like they threatened our cousin? The thought paralyzed me. Elena pulled me aside later. You've been distant since my confession. If it's because you're not into women. She trailed off, hurt evident. Impulse took over. I kissed her, a brief electric moment that confirmed everything. Pulling back, I whispered, it's complicated. Her eyes lit with hope, but guilt crashed in. This is wrong. She's kissing Autumn. The kiss lingered in my mind, sparking a cascade of self-doubt. Am I using her to escape my own life? Autumn and I had always been compared, her the achiever, me the dreamer. This switch highlighted my inadequacies, but also my desires. That night I journaled furiously, pouring out the turmoil. Falling for Elena feels like betrayal, to Autumn, to our family, to myself. But denying it is suffocating. The next day brought betrayal from an unexpected source. A colleague, jealous of Autumn's rising star, tipped off the partners about suspicious behavior. Hargrove confronted me again, this time with evidence, altered ledgers. You're suspended pending investigation, he declared. Panic surged. Elena found me packing my desk, tears in her eyes. Tell me it's not true. I couldn't lie anymore. It's worse than you think, I admitted vaguely. Fleeing the firm, I met Autumn at a diner. You have to turn yourself in, I urged. She shook her head. It'll ruin everything, our family, my career. Her selfishness ignited fury. What about me? I've sacrificed my life for you. We argued fiercely, voices rising, drawing stares. Sisters bound by blood, torn by choices, I reflected. She stormed out, leaving me alone with the wreckage. Home, Autumn's home, felt like a prison. Elena texted, we need to talk. I ignored it, drowning in remorse. I've damaged her trust. Family calls poured in. Mom sensed something amiss. Autumn, are you okay? You sound different. I faked cheer, but the strain showed. Dad's health update added pressure. He was improving thanks to the loan. The moral dilemma gnawed. Protect the family at what cost? Elena showed up unannounced that evening, determination in her stance. I won't let you push me away. We talked for hours, her opening up about her own coming out struggles, family rejection, societal judgment. Her resilience moved me. I've hidden too long, she said. Emboldened, I shared fragments of my truth. Family expectations, buried attractions. But the full deception remained hidden. As she left, promising support, hope flickered. But reality intruded the next morning. An email from Hargrove demanded a meeting with authorities. Terror gripped me. This is it, the end of the charade. I called Autumn, begging her to return. She agreed reluctantly but warned, it'll change everything. The meeting was a nightmare. Detectives questioned me, their eyes probing. I deflected as best I could, but cracks appeared. Elena waited outside, her loyalty unwavering. After she hugged me, "Whatever happens, I'm with you." Her words were a lifeline, but the lie poisoned it. That night, Autumn arrived secretly. We swapped back, her assuming the role just in time. But the damage was done, my heart entangled with Elena's. How do I untangle this? I wondered, slipping away into the shadows. The switch had awakened me, but at what price? Autumn faced the music the next day, her composure cracking under interrogation. I watched from afar, hidden in a coffee shop across the street, my anxiety peaking. She texted, "They're buying my explanations for now." Relief mixed with resentment. She's the one who stole, yet I'm the one who lost pieces of myself. Back in my own apartment, reality hit hard. Bills piled up, my art neglected. But Elena's face haunted me. That kiss was real for me. I debated reaching out, but fear held me back. She thinks I'm Autumn. Revealing the truth could destroy her. The internal battle raged. Honesty versus protection. Family dynamics shifted. Mom called, worried about Autumn's stress. "Come home this weekend," she insisted. I agreed, for both of us, the deception extending. At the family dinner in suburban Illinois, Autumn and I played our parts flawlessly. Her the poised lawyer, me the eccentric artist. But tension simmered. Dad praised Autumn, ignoring my latest gallery showing. Always the shadow, I thought bitterly. During dessert, Mom mentioned a church friend's troubled daughter, code for lesbian. "Such a shame," she sighed. Autumn and I exchanged glances, the unspoken weight heavy. Later, in our childhood room, we confronted each other. "You almost ruined everything," Autumn accused. "And you started it," I retorted. "But Elena, I think I love her." Her eyes widened. "You what?" "That's my colleague." The revelation sparked fury. "You had no right," she yelled in a whisper. "But feelings don't ask permission," I countered inwardly. We argued about ethics, my impersonation, her crime, our shared secrets. "Family first," she insisted. "What about happiness?" I challenged. The rift deepened, sisters divided by choices. Back in Chicago, Elena reached out to Autumn, but my sister deflected, focusing on damage control. I obsessed over it, the jealousy unexpected. "She's mine." "No, she's not." The societal mirror reflected harshly. In a world quick to judge same-sex love, especially in professional circles, our story was a powder keg. A turning point came when Elena confronted Autumn at the firm. "You've changed again, cold," she said, per Autumn's recount. My sister, guilt-ridden, hinted at complications. Elena persisted, her determination admirable. Meanwhile, I grappled with coming out to myself first. Hiding has cost me years. This switch forced the truth. The embezzlement case escalated. Authorities pressed charges, but Autumn negotiated a plea, restitution and probation, citing family hardship. The firm fired her, reputation tarnished. She blamed me partially. "Your distractions didn't help." Hurt, I fired back. "Your lies started it." In the aftermath, I decided to confess to Elena. Meeting her at a neutral park, I revealed everything: the twin switch, Autumn's crime, my feelings. Her face cycled through shock, anger, betrayal. "You lied to me," she whispered, tears flowing. "But the connection, was that real?" I nodded. "For me, yes." She walked away, leaving me shattered. The price of truth is pain. Days blurred in regret. Family learned fragments. Autumn's plea made headlines. Mom's disappointment was palpable. "How could you?" she asked Autumn, but her eyes judged us both. Dad withdrew, health faltering again. Reconciliation attempts followed. Autumn and I talked honestly for the first time. "I was desperate," she admitted. "And scared." I shared my orientation. "I've always known, but hid." Surprisingly, she supported. "We'll face them together." Elena eventually responded to my messages. "I need time," she said. The waiting was torture, my mind replaying every moment. Was the romance worth the wreckage? Months passed. Autumn rebuilt, starting a solo practice. I sold paintings inspired by the ordeal, abstracts of duality and desire. Family thawed slowly, Mom attending therapy to understand. But Elena, she called one day. "Let's talk." We met, emotions raw. You hurt me, she said. But I fell for you, Aurora. Forgiveness wasn't immediate, but hope bloomed. As we navigated the fallout, the bond strengthened, forged in fire. Yet doubts lingered. Did the deception taint everything? The relationship with Elena evolved tentatively, each step shadowed by the past. We dated quietly, away from prying eyes, her family's conservatism mirroring mine. Dates were laced with deep conversations about trust, identity, love. I saw you in autumn, she confessed. The real you shone through. Her words healed, but scars remained. Autumn's probation brought community service, humbling her. She apologized fully. I put you through hell. Our bond mended, stronger for the fractures. But societal backlash hit when the story leaked. A tabloid piece on twin deception at top firm. Comments online were vicious. Disgrace to the profession. How can we trust lesbians in power? The slurs stung, amplifying internalized shame. Why must love be politicized? I questioned, scrolling through hate. Elena faced scrutiny at work, colleagues whispering. She stood firm. This doesn't define us. Her resilience inspired, but the pressure tested us. A family gathering turned confrontational. Mom cornered me. Is this phase because of the stress? Her denial hurt. Dad remained silent, his disapproval tacit. I pushed back. It's who I am, Mom. Accept it or not. The words liberated, but the rift widened. Autumn mediated, sharing her own regrets. We all make mistakes. Gradually, understanding dawned, therapy sessions, open talks. But progress was slow, each concession a battle. Elena and I faced our own trials. Trust issues surfaced, her doubting my honesty, me fearing rejection. A fight erupted over a missed call. Are you hiding something again? She accused. No. I insisted. The makeup was intense, reaffirming commitment. Love demands vulnerability, I realized. The climax came at a pride event Elena dragged me to. Surrounded by celebration, I felt exposed. A protester shouted slurs, triggering panic. Elena held me. We're stronger together. That night we discussed future marriage, kids, dreams once impossible. But Autumn's past resurfaced. A former colleague sued for damages, dragging us into court. Testifying, I relived the deception. The judge's stern gaze judged more than facts. Elena supported from the gallery, her presence an anchor. The case settled out of court, but the toll was high: financial strain, emotional exhaustion. Autumn lost her practice temporarily. Family distance further. Is happiness worth the cost? I pondered. In quiet moments, Elena and I reflected. We chose each other despite everything, she said. Our love deepened, a testament to resilience. Years later, looking back, the journey was a tapestry of pain and growth. Autumn thrived eventually, advocating for ethical reforms. I exhibited art globally, themes of identity central. Family reconciled imperfectly. Mom attended our wedding, tears in her eyes. But questions remain. The deception sparked awakening, but at others' expense. Was it justified? In the end, was pretending to be my sister the ultimate betrayal, or the catalyst for true self-discovery?